Welcome students. In this video what I will demonstrate for you is a basic HTML file. I do have a bit going on, but I will show you everything that's in this file just so you can understand how easy and how simple HTML is. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, every single HTML file starts with this line right here, this exclamation, doc type, all capitals, HTML. Previous versions of HTML were very complicated. You'll read that in your book. And so HTML5, they simplified it with just this right here, one simple line. You just start that off. Every HTML file will begin with and end with HTML. Notice how an opening tag just has HTML, okay, and then a closing tag will have the backslash. And I can already tell right here in my head I forgot my backslash, so I'm going to put it in right now. And let me save that. Okay. Head, this is kind of like the information that goes, obviously it's at the top, but it pertains to the page itself. Right now all I have is the title in here, so this will show up in the title bar or the tab of your web browser. Okay. Style, this is styling. This is really going to style the table. Don't worry so much about what's in here. This is just gonna, this is just styling, but you'll see how to use it later on. But obviously this pertains to a table. TD is a table data or table cell. TH is a table header. TR is applying to each row, and this right here, nth child even, just saying every even row will have some color. Okay, so that's real simple right there. Inside the table, this is just telling you what font I'm going to use. Okay, this is styling the border. So as you can see, scripting and programming languages has a English syntax, and it's very significant because it's all in the English language. So people who learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, C#, AngularJS, React, all these other programming languages out there, they're all in the English language. So for you who already speak English, it'll be easy for you to understand. Okay. I said that TD is table data, that's table header. TR said that. Okay. Body. Body begins the body of a page. So kind of like you have a body of a paper. So this starts what you would see on a web page. So it's saying, okay, this is going to be the beginning of the web page body. Just like all tags, as I said before, this style starts with the style, and it has a closing tag. Notice how each closing tag has that little backslash. Okay. And the head's closing, backslash. So I'm opening the body here, and I close it. All bodies should close right before the HTML tag. Okay, there's your backslash. Alright. First thing, H1. This is a heading. HTML5 has 6, I believe. 6 headings, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. So it's got 6 headings. I say H5, 5 headings. You can go double check that. Anyway, it's got multiple headings. This is H1, which is the largest, and as you progress, it gets smaller and smaller. P means paragraph. So this puts this in a different paragraph. If you don't have this backslash here, all of your text will be in this super large, and you'll see that, and I'll demonstrate that. Hopefully I'll remember. Okay. UL starts an unordered list. Okay. This is the type of, so you have ordered lists, you have unordered lists. This is an unordered list. So it means it's not numerated. If I put ordered list, then you would have numbers. So this is an unordered list, and we'll try to play with that. See how much time. Yeah, we got time. We'll move through this. And then each item in the list starts and ends with an LI. So that's a list item, that's a list item, that's a list item, that's a list item. And then the unordered list ends with this UL. Okay? Got another paragraph, and then I have this table. Notice I begin, I end with the table. So you already learned a few elements right off the bat. You learned about the body, you learned about the heading, you learned about a paragraph, you learned about a table, okay? And these are table rows. So like if you were to have a table, each row, and you'll see how it looks on the screen. And then inside each row, it has this right here is the header, so this is the heading of the table. TD meaning table data, because it doesn't really have columns. It's not like an Excel spreadsheet where you have row and columns. You have rows, and then inside the rows you have cells. So this is a table cell or table data. Okay, and obviously I label my table my students, and inside the table, my header, I'm going to have student ID, name, and location. And at the end, I'm going to have some images, okay, and you'll see those. So all images, when you reference an image, make sure you have the same type of slash as you would for a website. Otherwise, it won't find your image. So remember that. The backslash on an image for the SRC, for the resource, the source location, the resource, needs to have the backslash. Okay. You can set the width and the height of any image like so. Okay. And you have image, and then you can have an alternate name just in case the image didn't show up. And I'm going to try to remember to demonstrate all this. So I'm going to bring this back up. Okay. So I saved that. And so just to show you, anyone, anywhere, if you have a computer, should be able to run a basic web page. Why? Because if you have a browser installed, this web page is interpreted by your browser. Your browser, Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or if you're running the old Microsoft, what was it, Internet Explorer, or the Apple version of a web browser, what they call Apple Safari. So all those are browsers. They're programs that interpret web pages. Okay. And so web pages are scripts. This is your script. Okay. You don't have to compile this. You can do it from a text file. Here's the text file right there. My first web page. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, let me open that back up, is I'm going to File, Save As, and I'm going to save it right in here as an HTML or an HTML file. So notice I clicked All Files. I went from text to All Files. And I'm going to put .htm. You can put HTML or HTML. Save it. Go to that location. There it is. It has a Chrome because Chrome is my default browser. If Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, or Safari is your browser, then you will see the respected icon. So I click on that. And there is the web page. Now remember when I told you over here, so this is now, I believe, the HTML file. Yes. So I told you earlier that if you do not properly close off, where are you, this H1, everything will have a large heading. Show you what that looks like. So we hit backslash, delete that, save it, okay, and refresh it. Notice everything is what? Huge. Yeah. So this is why it has to be perfect, because when it comes to interpreters, because remember your web browser is an interpreter, It's interpreting your web page. It's not compiling like you would a programming language. It doesn't read your mind. Okay, and there's been plenty of times when I was a student and I was helping other students, or as a teacher, I was helping, well, program knows what I mean. You know, this isn't like your child, or if you have children, or if you're a teacher or something else. Well, you know it. Are you married? Are you you got a spouse, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and you say something, you actually say a wrong word, you say, well, you knew what I meant. It doesn't work like that with programming language or interpreter. It's a dummy machine. It has no idea what you meant. It only knows what you said, and you said make everything H1, unless you properly close it off. Okay. And then it interprets it right. So I said over here, this is an unordered list. So let's make this an ordered list. So I'm going to delete all this. Here's my list. So I'm going to take this away. Or let's take away type equals one. Unordered. Let's just take away the style here. And we got the pretty little dots. Okay. That's usually what an order looks like. And now let's make it an ordered list. So rather than UL, you'll open and close with OL for ordered. Well, that's 0, sorry. OL. And no reason to have that little space there. Now it'll do what with that list? It'll order the list. Okay. Refresh. Now you got the list ordered. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? It's ordering the list. Okay. So I'm going to stop with that right there, so I know I didn't go over the time, because videos can only go 15 minutes. But this is a basic web page. Okay. Basic web pages, like I said, they start with the doc type HTML. That's the new HTML5 standard. You can put the language in there. Let everybody know what language it is. In this case, it's in English. And there's a whole lot of other things you can add. But like I said, I try to keep it as simple as possible as a creator, because when you're a programmer or you're a developer, or you're a designer, or you're an art major, you're a type of creator. So you like to, when you learn something, you like to show it off. Birds like to fly and sing. It's what they do. So as a creator, you like to create beautiful web pages, or whatever it is your passion is about. So thank you for watching this video. Wish you a successful semester and a successful in your educational journey, and we'll see you again next time.